Hey guys, Dory. So this video is going to be about program 2. Now, those of you who are finishing up program 1, that is the food foundation. So that's essentially where I'm teaching you how to read a label, very basic things that not a lot of people actually know how to do. I know I didn't. I had to teach myself and just kind of gather and learn from anybody and everybody I could for many, many years. So you learn how to read a label, you've learned how to food prep, and that's going to be an ongoing skill that you're going to learn. You'll get better and better at that over time. And as you continue with me in the programs, and as I evolve these programs, you're going to continue to learn more and more and more, because I'll share little nuggets here and there, and you'll learn stuff in each and every program. Now, you know, also we get into a little bit about week 3, where we talk about the emotional components, and we kind of start to get into that whole side of it as well, because we know we are not just creatures of teach us how to eat better and we do it. We know that there's an emotional component to it. So we start talking and glossing over and touching, opening up that box, if you will, about the emotional side of eating in week 3 in program 1. Now, program 2 is, I have 3 programs now. I've just built program 3, just created / built program 3. Program 2 is all done, finally. Oh my goodness. There was a lot of content that went into program 2 as well as that went in program 1. So program 2 is going to be on the 4 pillars of health. And the reason that I'm even talking to you a little bit about the emotional components is because originally program 2 was the 5 pillars of health, the 5th being emotional sobriety. That is simply too big to put into one program. That is going to be a program in and of itself. So the 3rd program is going to be emotional sobriety. So let's go back to the 2nd program. Those of you who have finished up program 1, you have finished up what I call the food foundation, which is where you've learned the basic nuggets. Now, program 2, I highly, highly, highly encourage all of you to go into. If you've come to me for a change in lifestyle, you're going to learn even so much more that you really, it's so required. It's so required. I wish I could give you like a degree once you finish program 2 and 3, because I feel like you are going to have such a firm foundation. You just aren't even going to believe it, really. You're going to have such a solid foundation. So program 2 is going to be on the 4 pillars of health, okay? That is exercise. We also, that very first week, we talk about self-care. And the reason is because, again, we touch into that emotional component, because it's the emotions that drive the behaviors. It's events that shape feelings, and it's the feelings that drive the behaviors. So we're going to touch upon that again, even in program 2, where we start learning about self-partnering, self-nurturing. And you know what? What a lot of people really don't understand, because we've never been taught these things, is that the majority of the reason that we start self-neglect anyway, and that's essentially what we do when we're not taking care of our health and our finances and all of that stuff, when we're not taking care of us and being healthy, living healthy, we are not nurturing ourselves. And so many of us, like all of us, we truly require more emotional nurturing. And so we learn, and even in week 1, we learn about exercise. You're also going to get I've got a whole workout guide for you in program 2. So you're going to be able to print it off. You're going to have PDFs on it. These beautifully designed by me workout guides on, I have actually gotten those workouts from one of my favorite all-time books ever. It's called Lift Like a Man and Look Like a Goddess. I'm giving you 8 weeks of workouts with that. You can record it. You can record your progress, all of that. You're going to get all printouts for that with the exercises for full body. So you're going to get that in program or in week 1 in program 2. So you're going to get an exercise guide. You're going to know everything to do as far as your workout, to start resistance training. we're going to be talking about self-care. And then week 2, we get into water and hydration. You start learning about what's really going on with water, and a lot of it will shock you and floor you. There will be 3 videos that week. The 3rd week, we get into nutrition. Of course, there's going to be a lot more in depth that I wasn't able to give you in Program 1 because you're learning so many skills in Program 1. And you're learning the basics, but I'll be able to give you more information on the whole nutritional end. And really what I do is when we get into the nutrition week for Program 2, you're going to learn about fad dieting. You're going to learn about what calorie deficits have done over time to so many people, especially females. Males too, but definitely especially females. So you're going to learn about, I go into all the myths of fad dieting and bust through all that stuff. I talk about a lot of different of the diets that are out there. I also touch on gastric bypass and a little bit about just how important supplementation is for those who have had gastric bypass. And we go through, that video is absolutely just packed full. You will learn so much about your body and how your body processes food, how your body functions. You're going to learn so much in that video. And so we go into anti-inflammatory foods, inflammatory foods. We talk about that stuff. So you're going to have we also talk about macros. And I don't really talk about that in Program 1 because honestly that word is very intimidating. Macronutrients is a very intimidating word. It's often used with just trainers, and so people get really scared of that word. But I'm going to break it down. I'm going to make it make simple sense for you. And so you've actually already learned how to macro group because that's what food grouping is. I just didn't call it that because it's intimidating. But you'll learn more about that in Program 2, Week 3. And so we're going to go into all the nutrition elements of it. We also, week 4 is going to be sleep. Which is clearly what I need right now because I'm starting to yawn. You're going to learn a lot about sleep, and actually you're going to learn about shift workers. So they're doing a lot of research now on sleep, and you're going to get, that video was one of everyone's favorite video, was the one on sleep. They're doing so much research on it now. They're researching it like they are nutrition because they're realizing, even the medical community, how sleep deprivation, how jacked up sleep schedules are affecting us and how detrimental they are to our health way more than we realize before, and the statistics you'll see when we get to that week. I'm not going to give it all away, but you'll see how important it is to know that information so then you can make changes. And I know for me, I worked 10 years of nights, and so that's affected me for many, 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 many years. But so that's going to be that. I have, I originally put a register in there where I started teaching you how to track goals. I have rescinded that. I'm going to be introducing that more in Program 3 towards the end, and that's something that I'm going to be talking about, doing more one-on-one coaching with me as far as that goes, because it's simply, it's really a plan that you and I need to make together. It's best done with one-on-one, with individualized coaching, but I will introduce it to you guys in Program 3 for those of you who continue to go on to Program 3. And some of you may just get it and be able to be really good self-starters and be able to do it. And for those of you who aren't, don't feel bad. A lot of people are not, and so that's where you and I can make a plan, an individualized plan for you, and I can help you with accountability, with making that plan, and with helping to keep you on track. So that's a little bit about Program 2. It's going to be in the 4 pillars, and then we'll move into Program 3 for those of you who decide that you want to go into Program 3, which is the emotional eating part. Program 3 is going to be 8 weeks long. It is literally double the time, of course, of Program 1 or Program 2. It's literally like combining those two, but it's all going to be emotional eating, and it's going to be true coaching. And we're going to be reading the book called Fat is the Family Affair. If you've never heard of it, it's by Judy Hollis. And we're actually going to be reading a chapter of that book every week. We're going to be coming to group session. You're also going to have video content on top of that about emotional eating. We're going to be, you'll see, if you want the video, you want to learn about what program 3 is about, you can contact me. I'll also post it so you can see it. But that third program, when we get into step 3, which is program 3, that's going to be all emotional eating. Like, there's not going to be really any, we're not going to be talking just constantly about the food part or the health part. We're going to be talking about our emotional health. And we're going to be able to really bring up those things that we really want to purge and we really want to talk about. So in program 3. So I'm excited about that. It's been a long time coming for me. I have wanted to develop an emotional eating program for a while, but I needed to stair step it because you guys need the foundation first. You absolutely need the foundation before we get there. In my opinion, you require both. There's no doubt. I have been a nurse for a long time. I've seen where people struggle, and I see the gaps. I see the, okay, if we could just marry this with this and really give you all of it, and that's what I feel like this program does, because you can talk about the emotional components all day, but if you don't develop any type of skills as far as food prepping or learning how to food group and eat right, that's really difficult to sustain. It's the same if you learn how to food prep and food group right, and then you learn the 4 pillars of health, but then you don't learn anything about the emotional components to you that are really driving your behavior, that are constantly causing you to fall off the wagon and self-sabotage. And so I really feel strongly that all 3 of these things are required for healing, for helping you guys, assisting you into true, sustainable, long-term changes. And I'm just excited about it. So program 2, you absolutely need, in my opinion, extremely a lot. You need to know about the 4 pillars of health. These are the 4 areas of life that if you're not intentional about them, you're not going to be healthy in them, and they're going to affect every facet of your health. Wait till we even get to Water Week and you learn about what's in bottled water. And you know, this program is designed to help you truly get healthier and to make better decisions and to have the information that you can then go make better decisions from. So anyway, I'm excited to have you. If you know for sure that you're going to be in program 2, that you're going to be continuing on, even if you know that you want to do program 2 and 3, send me a message right away, because I need to get those. I need to know how many people are going to be in the program. We're going to be starting program either 1, 2, or 3. We're going to be starting it on the same day every month, and we're going to stick to that. We're going to be running them consecutively, and they're going to start on the 1st of the month. So send me a message so that I know that you're going to be in it. I'll go ahead and put you down and reserve your spot for it. And I look forward to continue coaching with you. Thank you guys for trusting me this far. I love working with each and every one of you. I sincerely mean that. This is my passion. I love serving you, and I'm so excited to be able to teach you, to give you that education that I wish someone had spoon-fed me. It took me years to learn all of this, and so I've wanted to take everything that I've learned that I didn't know and really put it into a program that you guys could, if you will, graduate from and just have such a solid foundation for your knowledge and your skill. So anyway, I look forward to continuing on with you. Send me a message again if you plan on being in so that I can add you to my numbers and divide the groups as I need to, depending on how large they are. All right, you guys, I look forward to seeing you in group session, and thank you for watching.